So I think it's definitely something that we should try to decrease. How do you think we can do that? Do you have any ideas?
Well, I guess just gotta start limiting that stuff, cutting back on that stuff.
Yeah, do you have any ideas of things you could replace with the soup, for instance?
Just vegetable soup. I mean, I can do that. Or bean soups.
Yep, soups in general are all still going to be very high in sodium.
Yeah.
So they're not horrible to have. You can have them once in a while. It's just not something you want to have every day. So maybe instead you could do, I know you have a lot of vegetables at dinner, so you don't necessarily want to have the vegetables at lunch, but maybe you could do a sandwich of some sort, even a vegetable sandwich, or a tuna fish, or something like that. That's just a lower sodium option. Does that sound enticing?
I can try to do that a couple days a week, sure.
Yeah, like I said, it doesn't have to be every day.
Yeah.
Just enough to try to bring that sodium level down a little bit. So those were the major areas that I found from the information that I gathered that could be of concern for me for your diet. Did you find everything that we talked about today helpful?
Well, yeah. I mean, you pointed out a lot of things. It all makes sense. It's just after a while you get in a rut of doing something and you forget. So, this sounds like a good idea.
I do want to leave you with a copy of your nutrient analysis because I have to tell you, Mr. Green, I was very impressed with you following such a strict diet. Most of all of your macronutrients were right on par with where they should be. Your empty calorie intake was very minimal. As you can see here, there's a chart that tells you the levels of everything you had, and everything was very good. There were just those few things that I went over today, and they're easy fixes.
Right.
It's just things you need to be reminded of.
Yep.
So I definitely want you to have that, and
Great.
I was very impressed with it. I did want to mention that. Do you have any other questions for me that you can think of for today? We're almost out of time for today.
I don't.
Nothing in particular?
No, I don't.
All right, very good. I want to for your next visit with me, I want you to do a 3-day food diary. Do you think you'd be willing to do that?
Sure.
So for the food diary, I feel like I would be able to get a better understanding of your nutrient needs with 3 days as opposed to just the 1 day. Because like I said, I know you eat fish regularly, but you didn't have it that 1 day. So your vitamin D was very low. Your vitamin D intake regularly may be much higher. So I think a 3-day food diary would really benefit our discussions. What I'm going to have you do is fill out 3 days everything you've eaten and write it down. I brought with me a portion control quick guide here that I'm going to leave with you. It just shows you the size of your fist is about 1 cup. The size of your palm is about 3 ounces. A handful is about 1/2 of a cup. Pointer finger is about 1.5 ounces. That's for cheese. And your thumb is about 1 tablespoon. And these are just a quick little guide that it's actually a magnet if you want to put on your refrigerator. So while you're making your food, if you want to look and say, oh, I'm having about a cup. It looks like I've got about a cup of rice on my plate. It's easier to write down than to guess, because sometimes portion sizes are also a very hard thing for us to keep track of when we're not sure what they actually look like. So do you think, is that okay? Would you mind monitoring yourself like that?
No, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah.
Very good. All right, Mr. Green, well, thank you very much, and have a great day.
You too. Thanks a lot.